everyone. My name is Monica Lawrence, and I am presenting about the youth of Judy Garland, analyzed using Bronfenbrenner's bioecological systems theory. As I am one of the last to present, I will try to keep the definitions concise, as we have all become experts throughout this process. Judy Garland spent much of her life, as she says, trying to get over the rainbow. Stardom was not the easiest path for Garland, as she struggled with family relationships, her self-esteem, and addictive behaviors. Frances Gumm, or Judy Garland, was born on June 10, 1922, to her parents Frank and Ethel Gumm in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. However, Garland was unwanted as her mother attempted to terminate her pregnancy. However, when she failed, her parents had hoped for a boy. David Shipman, author of Judy Garland, The Secret Life of an American Legend, 1922, explained that the disappointment of her parents was perhaps the first element in that complex psychological pattern which was to contribute both to the greatness and the destruction of Judy Garland. Judy's parents, Frank and Ethel, were both entertainers. Her father managed a local theater while Judy was growing up. Garland's singing debut was at age 2 when she participated in her sister's performance. When she became older, she joined her sister's group and they became the Gumm Sisters. Yet, Judy was always special. The family eventually moved to California with the exception of Judy's father, and Garland was later signed to MGM Studios. During her teen years working for MGM, Judy Garland became very self-conscious of her appearance and began taking sleeping medication, in addition to others. This was around the time The Wizard of Oz was being filmed. This lifestyle would ultimately lead to her termination from MGM and cause her death in 1969. Now that we have a general background about Judy Garland's childhood, I will begin to break it down through Bronfenbrenner's PPCT model. First is process. In short, this encompasses the interactions between an adolescent and their environment. Judy did not seem to interact with peers and spent most of her time with her female family as traveling performers. Her father was often absent, as stated in the quote in the presentation by the New York Times in 1969. "I wasn't close to my father, but I wanted to be all my life. He had a funny sense of humor and he laughed all the time, good and loud like I do. He was a gay Irish gentleman, very good looking, and he wanted to be close to me too, but we never had much time together." In addition to this, schools she attended were tailored to her talents. Her mother was a true stage mother and wanted her to get as much exposure as possible, even in school. This may have contributed to her loneliness and failed relationships in the future. The next portion of Bronfenbrenner's theory is person, or personal characteristics that individuals bring to any social situation. It is broken down into 3 parts: demand, resource, and force. Demand includes characteristics such as age, gender, skin color, and physical appearance. Judy was a typical young Irish girl, but her amazing voice set her apart from others and got her noticed in Hollywood. Resource characteristics include dealing with mental and emotional resources. Judy's family was financially stable, which allowed her the opportunities she had performing. However, being in the public eye and working with other actors caused her to have low self-esteem. Judy explained her view about being on stage. "I thought I'd look as beautiful as Garbo or Crawford, that makeup and photography would automatically make me look glamorous. Then I saw myself on the screen. It was the most awful moment of my life. My freckles stood out, I was fat, and my acting was terrible. Shipman, 1922. Makeup artists and wardrobe personnel enabled this opinion Judy had of herself, as they often did her makeup in a certain way to make her lips and hairline different, and wardrobe tried to give her outfits to give her more of a female figure. Finally is force. This touches on motivation, temperament, and persistence. Motivated is what described Judy Garland to a T. She always wanted to please the fans. Judy's sister Virginia described her in this way. She was always a very determined little girl and never had any trouble making up her mind about anything. Such a strong-willed little kid. Shipman, 1992. The C in Bronfenbrenner's PPCT model stands for context, which includes microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, and macrosystem. Judy was exposed to two microsystems, her family and the entertainment industry. Judy was surrounded by her performing family her entire life. She knew of nothing else and had no desire to pursue anything different. This could be seen positively as Garland knew what she wanted to do at an early age. The entertainment industry definitely had a negative effect on Judy. She was immersed in a lifestyle of drugs, anxiety, and depression. Her exhaustion from this life caused her to not meet her professional obligation, and she was fired from MGM. This lifestyle would also lead to her early departure. From another standpoint, without her parents being performers and her father working in a theater, Judy could have lived a very different life. This exosystem indirectly impacted her life in a big way. The final piece to the PPCT model is time. This can refer to specific events occurring in an identified time frame or refer to historical events. At a crucial time in Judy's adolescence, she began taking drugs at the recommendation of MGM doctors. This greatly affected her life at this time. From a historical standpoint, there was a time when ticket prices of a theater Frank Gum was managing that had to decrease in cost. This was due to the influence of the Great Depression. This event inspired Ethel Gum to move her daughters to California for better opportunities. This move came at a perfect time as Hollywood was beginning to grow and develop. Judy Garland's life was a tumultuous one, filled with great triumph and great heartache. At the height of her career, she was thrown into a life of addiction, even if it was not sought out by her. In today's society, many adolescents are drawn into a lifestyle of drug use. While Judy became dependent on drugs, many adolescents of the present are instrumental or recreational users. With an instrumental user, teens are trying to achieve socially acceptable goals, such as weight loss, falling asleep, or pain alleviations. Other teens may use recreationally to simply feel the effects alone. I believe that Judy Garland's life can be used as an example for adolescents today. The Wizard of Oz is still a staple in the childhood of many children. In explaining the experience of the lead actress's life, one might learn from the experience. Thank you very much for listening, and if you would like to refer to my references, please do so.